Jai Hind, dear students. How are you all? Students, today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 14 of EVS class 5th, and the title of the chapter is When the Earth Shook. Dear students, in this chapter we will learn about natural disasters, different types of natural disasters. We will talk about one case study which was taken place, case study of earthquake which was taken place in Gujarat on 26th of January in the year of 2001. We will discuss about the regions which are responsible for the earthquakes taking place in different parts of our country as well as around the whole world. What are the various regions responsible for these earthquakes? As well as we will also discuss about the result of these disasters, these natural calamities. As well as in this chapter we'll also talk about that what we as an individual, in groups, as well as different organizations, governmental or non-governmental, our police, our army, our health agencies, our government, what are the various role we all peoples can play during to help people during these kinds of natural calamities. Okay, so we will talk about all these things in this chapter. So now we'll start this chapter. Okay, so student, what happens if suddenly you observe that everything around you, your bench, your desk on which, on the bench on which you are sitting, the desk on which you have kept your book, notebook, your stationaries, your bag, and the things around in the class, the blackboard or the projectors or the things which are kept in the cupboard, as well as things outside the class, everything start shaking. So what you do in this kind of situation? So before we will talk about what you do, first you must know about this situation. What is this situation called? What we call this situation? This situation, the shaking of the earth, the shaking of the ground, the shaking of the floor, the shaking of the things around you, in your surrounding, this shaking is called as earthquake. Okay, so this shaking is called as earthquake. So students, if we talk about this shaking you can say that creates a kind of a terror, a kind of a fear among all the peoples, you know, not only the children, among all the peoples around around the society. Not only, not we are not talking about the children or about the schools only. No, we are talking about the whole society. The peoples around the whole society, they are you can say that they become very frightened because of these situations. It creates terror, it creates fear among all the peoples. So, dear students, this incident or this kind of activity, this kind of situation is called as an earthquake. Okay. So, have you ever think about that why this kind of incident taken place, or why this kind of situation occur, this kind of shaking occur? What is the reason behind it? What are the various reasons responsible that makes that the surface of the earth shaking, or the things which are you can say that constructed or on the surface of the earth start moving, start shaking? Okay, what are the reasons behind it? So to know the reasons which are responsible for this shaking or behind the shaking, what are the various reasons responsible? To know these reasons, first you have to know about the structure of the earth. The structure of the earth, students, here I want to tell you that our earth, the structure of earth is very unique. Our earth is made up of three different layers: crust, mantle, and core. Okay, so crust, mantle, and core, these are three different layers by which our earth is made, and we are living on the top of the crust, which is called as lithosphere. Okay, so we are making, you can say, our houses, we are doing agriculture, we are making playgrounds, we are making, you can say that, roads, we are making buildings, we are making hospitals, we are making schools, we are making various kinds of buildings for our various purposes on the upper surface of the crust, which is called as lithosphere. Okay, so lithosphere is the place which we are using for different purposes. But if we go inside the lithosphere, or if we talk about the surface below the crust, it is made up by, uh, you can say that, seven major rock plates. Here you can hear that this particular area, or this particular space, or this particular place is made by seven major rock plates. Okay, these plates are very, very, very big. These plates are very, very, very big, very big. Even some plates are having many countries on it. Okay, for example, Eurasian plate. Okay, so these plates are very big, and these plates are moving very, very, very slowly with the help of magma, the molten form substance material, which is there under these rock plates, which helps to move these plates at a very, 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 very slow speed. Okay, so they are moving continuously, very, very, very slowly. But sometimes what happens, due to some internal activities, some kinds of friction or some kinds of collapse occur in between these plates, which creates some kinds of vibration uh, on the upper surface of the earth, because some kinds of that collapse which taken place. Because of this collapse, some kinds of vibration occurs on the upper surface of the earth, which is called as earthquake. And this, you can say, earthquake creates lots of destruction. And the place from where this particular kind of vibration occurs, that place, that particular point is called as epic center. Okay, and students, this particular, you can say that, epic center is a point from where the vibration taking place in a radius. Okay, and in a particular radius, it creates lots of distraction where the intensity is very high, lots of that high distraction taken place, and where the intensity is very low or slow, or very low in intensity, the distraction is low. So I mean to say that the distraction is dependent on the intensity of the earthquake. And we are measuring these the intensity of earthquake with the help of Richter scale. Okay, so Richter scale is a kind of a technology or a kind of a device which helps to measure the intensity of earthquake. Okay, so I hope you have understood about the concept of earthquake as well as how it occurs. Now we will talk about uh, the case study in which is given in this chapter. I already told you about the case study of Gujarat in this chapter, which was taken, that case study of an earthquake which was taken place in Gujarat on 26th of January in the year of 2001. So this particular case study is taken because they taken this chapter to enable our students, to enable you, that how much the earthquake become disastrous. In this earthquake in Gujarat, in Kutch and Bhuj, large number of peoples, they are badly affected. Their houses are badly affected. Their property, or lots of, you can say that, peoples died in this earthquake. Their property, their houses, buildings destructed at a great scale. We will see some images in the coming portion. Here you can see that this earthquake, there's some images of this earthquake you can see on your screen. Look here. This on 26th of January 2001, a massive earthquake occurred in Bhuj area of Gujarat. Here you can see this place. This is that location on the map of our country. Here you can see that this is one of the glimpse of this earthquake taken place that on the road. Here, hundreds of people died and thousands were injured in this earthquake because a large number of buildings were destructed. And the people who are there at that time, who are there in the building, they are also very much badly injured, or maybe large number of people people were died in this earthquake. The peoples were trapped under the debris. Huge number of peoples, those who were there in the building at that time, they were, you can say, they were trapped under the debris when this earthquake was occurred. Now, many buildings collapsed in this area. As you can see here, this image is also taken from that case study that many buildings collapsed during the earthquake. So, dear students, this kinds of natural calamities which are taking place suddenly without any kind of prior, you can say that, prediction, these kinds of incidents taken place, these kinds of calamities taken place, it's very dangerous, very disastrous, and creates lots of destruction for the peoples who are living there. That many people died, many buildings were destroyed, many animals were died, that huge loss to lives and property. Now, okay, now we'll move to uh, that solutions. After taking a place of this kinds of restriction, what we can do, how we can overcome these kinds of situations, or how we can come forward to overcome or to do some kinds of relief work. So here it is very important that we have to know our responsibility during these kinds of situations, what we can do, how we can help peoples, or how we can help the peoples who are trapped or who are very much affected by these kinds of situations or these kinds of natural calamity. Okay, so now we'll talk about the necessary steps which is required to take during these kinds of situations. So here you can see an images on your screen, saving people trapped under the debris. Okay, here the peoples, you can say that the who are the members of the rescue team, they are finding out these peoples who are trapped under the debris. Okay, so this is kind of a step we can it's an essential step that is required to take during these kinds of natural calamities. Okay, so another one is providing medical aid to the injured people. Many governmental organizations, many non-governmental organizations, many different governmental institutions, health agencies, as well as many other groups also. They come forward, and they are taking, you can say that, initiatives. They are playing a very important role in providing medical aid to the people who are badly, or they are injured, who are injured during these calamities. So by providing them medical aid, first aid, immediate help, and the peoples are saving their lives. They are you can say, providing them medical cure. So rescue teams also come forward to help peoples. So here these people, rescue teams, are also playing a very important role by saving these people who are trapped under the debris, by providing them medical aid, by providing them necessary things like food, clothing, shelters to the victims who are affected by these natural calamities. So we have discussed about this particular word, rescue teams. Who here, you must know who are the member of the rescue teams: the policemen, doctors, the team of doctors, the army peoples, fire brigades, voluntary organizations, governmental organizations, non-governmental organizations, many local groups also. And so these are the peoples who are the members of the rescue team. So these peoples are collectively, they all together play a very important role in helping people. As you can see on your screen also, that police, with the help of sniffer dogs, they find out the people who are trapped under the debris by, so these dogs, sniffer dogs, are playing a very important role during these kinds of you can say that, situations where the people who are trapped under these, you can say that, debris or buildings, where the peoples are not able to go to find these peoples. So at that kind of situations, these dogs are playing a very important role in finding these peoples who are trapped under the debris. Another one is medical team. You can that we have already discussed here. You can see the doctors are treating these the peoples who are affected by the earthquake. So you that image is there. Now fire brigade peoples, they are also playing a very important role in rescuing the peoples. Voluntary organizations. Voluntary organizations are playing a very important role in helping people who are affected by earthquake by providing them blankets, by providing them medicines, wheelchairs, um, eatables, food, as well as living spaces also. So these organizations, you can say that playing an important role along with government organizations. So their role is very important as like government organizations in relief work. Now we'll move to the next one. So here you can see the image of some modern style of houses. So now we'll talk about the role played by our engineers, our scientists, our architects. So our scientists are continuously they are finding out some alternates, some methods, some technologies to predict the places who are maybe you can say that who are more prone to earthquake, or maybe the earthquake maybe occur in future in those places. So they are finding out that new techniques, new technologies, they are always they are continuously working to invent new techniques to find out the places where the earthquake may be occur in future. Okay, so they are also playing a very important role, as well as if we talk about our engineers, our architects, they are also you can say that have many suggestions. They are also suggesting people who are living in these places by providing them special designs of new houses, as you can see on your screen also, that earthquake resistant designs of houses. Sorry, which are very helpful during these kinds of natural calamities. They are you can say that they are not harmful during these kinds of situations. Okay, and as well as they are helping people to save them from disasters, as well as from any kind of destruction which are occur due to these earthquakes or any other kinds of natural disasters. So this is a kind of a house which is shown on your screen, which is very helpful in earthquake prone zones. Okay, so these houses would not get much damaged in earthquakes. Okay, so these kinds of new ideas are taken place, or they are given by our engineers, our architects. Okay, now we'll move to the next one. Now we'll talk about do's and don'ts during an earthquake. That what are the necessary steps we need to take, as well as what are the that work, or what are the steps we should not have to take during an earthquake. So do's and don'ts during an earthquake. Now we'll move to this one. So the necessary step and the important things which always have to keep in mind, that we should not panic in these kinds of situations. We have to all that keep ourselves calm, as well as we have to try to keep other people's calm also. Okay, so don't be panic in these kinds of situations. So when you see that some kinds of shaking is there, or some kinds of restriction is going there, buildings is fallen down, or maybe the peoples are rushing here and there, you have to keep yourself calm. Do not panic. Okay, because if you panic, it will not help you. Because if you panic, you will also rushing towards the doors, rushing towards that corridors, and it may creates a kiosk, because large number of people are they are running in the that corridors, or running towards the doors, or running towards outside the building. So if you are not getting sufficient space, it may be dangerous to you also, and dangerous to other peoples also. And if the peoples are all the peoples all together, they are running towards the door or running towards the corridors, they may hurt others also. So in these kinds of situations we all have to calm, and we have to you can say that help other people's to remain calm also, as well as we have to go outside the building, but in a kind of a manner that we will not hurt other people's. Okay, we have to support as well as help other people's to go outside the building. Hmm? Instead of this, if we are you can say that running, or if we are moving outside the building by hurting or by pushing or pulling other people's, it may hurt, and you can say create distraction also. So if it is possible that you can leave the building, or leave any house, or leave the house in which you are living, or you are there at the time of earthquake, you have to leave that house immediately if possible. Okay, but without hurting others. If you are you can say getting sufficient space to go outside the building without making or doing any kind of rush, or without creating any kind of rush to the doors, you have to use the doors, but never use any you can say kind of lift or any these kinds of instruments, because during an earthquake it is a chance that these kinds of instruments may stuck. Okay, so if this the lift will stuck, you will also stuck, and you will get hurt, if lift stuck in the lift stuck because of earthquake. So in this kind of situation, you have to use only stairs, you have to use some kinds of other alternates instead of using lifts. So keep away from buildings who are that, especially the buildings who are the buildings which are very old, the which are very old and very tall, as well as electricity wires also. Please try to get away from the buildings, or go outside the buildings which are very old, as well as the buildings which are very tall, skyscrapers, as well as you have to keep yourself away from electricity wires also. If it you are not able to go outside your house, or outside your school building, or outside the building in which you are present at that time, um, when this kind of you can say that shaking was going on, or that earthquake taken place, in that kind of situation you have to take shelter in a corner of that particular room, or in or under the table, or under any kind of you can say that furniture, or any kind of thing which save you or protect you. Okay, as you can see on your screen also. So take shelter under a strong thing like a table, and hold on tightly so that it does not slips away. Okay, so you can take shelter under the table, like a structure or table like things, which protects you from any kind of injury. Now here on your screen you can see the map of India, which is showing you that earthquake zones, okay, of 60 cities. It is shown by different colors, so very high risk zone, very high risk zone, moderate risk zone, as well as low risk zone. Okay, so you can see on your map, on the map of our country, you can see that different zones which are affected, or you can say that affected in past by you can say that earthquakes, and having you can say that experience in different intensity of earthquake. Okay, now we'll talk about the organizations which are playing a very important role, like army are, as you can see on your screen, they are playing a very important role in rescuing peoples. Okay, in finding out the peoples who are trapped under the debris, they are rescuing peoples, as well as they are also providing necessary things with the help of helicopters to these zones. They are providing medicines, they are providing food packets, they are providing clothings, they are providing water, they are providing different other kinds of things, whatever the things they are required. So in these rescue zones, in this you can say that earthquake zones, so they are doing rescue work with the help of helicopters for providing necessary things to the people who are affected by earthquake. Now we move to the next one. Here you can see that some NGOs as well as some government organizations, organizations are also providing them uh, food to the peoples um, at you can say that the space or the shelters where these peoples, that affected peoples, are living. So they are providing them food, they are providing clothing to the peoples at the shelters who are victims uh, of the earthquake. Here you can also see help the people injured in the earthquake by by taking them outside the building, by providing eatables, by providing medical health, sorry, medical you can say support, or by helping to take out the people from earthquake zones to the open areas. So as an individual also we can help them. Now we'll move to some other natural disasters also. So we'll talk about some natural disasters also in this chapter. So we'll move to the next one. Drought. If there is no rain for a long time, there is scarcity of water. The crops fail and food is not available in such places. So, dear students, if any place is not receiving rainfall for a long period of time, or experiencing scarcity of water, the crops fail. The food is not available. The peoples are not able to produce crops in the fields. So in this kind of situation, this area is experiencing drought. Okay. Now water is not available there, as you can see here. you know food and fodder is not available for the peoples as well as for the animals. So peoples are not getting food supply, food, proper food, as well as animals are not getting fodder. Okay. So food and fodder is not available for humans as well as for the animals. Famine. Famine, when there is drought, people and animals die of hunger, because as we have discussed in the drought, that we are not able to grow sufficient amount of, not sufficient, we are not able to grow any kind of food crop. So in that kind of conditions, we are not able to provide food to the peoples as well as for the animals. So in that kind of conditions, animals and humans are that they are start dying. So this is kind of a condition is called as famine. So what we can do in these kinds of situations like drought and famine, food should be provided to the peoples in such places to save them from drought. So we as an individual as well as we as a group, we need to come forward to help peoples by providing or to provide them sufficient amount of food for to help them, as well as to provide sufficient amount of other helps like medical, as well as kinds of necessary things like clothing, some kinds of necessary things like medicines. Okay. So to these peoples, to help them. Another natural calamity you can see here is flood, when the places which are uh, getting more than a required amount of rain, okay, or when experiencing heavy rain, it causes floods. Okay. So flood is also another natural calamity which are also creating lots of restrictions to the peoples as well as their property also. Tsunami is also a kind of a natural disaster which is also occurred due to some kinds of explosion, earthquake, volcanic eruption, or any kind of you can say that internal activities which is taken place at the bottom of you can say that earth under the sea, like volcanic eruption. So this kind of sorry sorry so this kind of activities also you can say um, create some kinds of restriction by moving seawater at a very high speed towards the seashore, towards the coastal areas, and creates lots of restriction to the buildings, to the peoples who are living at the coastal area. So this is about the tsunami. So dear students, this is all about the chapter. In this chapter we have discussed about some natural disasters, about the reasons how these natural disasters occur, what are the reasons behind them, as well as what are the various steps which is required to take during these kinds of situations. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have learned something about natural disasters from this video. Definitely you have enjoyed this video. So this is all about this chapter. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Thank you.